Okay, so now we are going to be talking about concentration. So we've already talked about one unit of concentration, molarity, moles per liter. But in this section, we're going to introduce you to several more different types of concentration units. Okay, so just a reminder of what concentration is. Concentration is the amount of solute dissolved in a given amount of solution. Here we are looking at weight volume percent, and this is the number of grams of solute dissolved in 100 mils of solution. So if we're looking at a equation, it would be the grams of solute divided by the volume of solution in milliliters, and of course, since this is percent, we are going to multiply by 100. All right, so let's do a practice problem. So in this particular problem, we want to find the percent weight volume if 6.7 grams of solute is dissolved in 100 mils of water. Well, knowing that our equation is so if I do percent weight volume, that is going to be equal to the mass of that solute divided by the volume of the solution. Of course, times 100. So I'm literally going to plug my numbers in. I have 6.7 grams divided by 100 mils, and I'm going to multiply that by 100. And that is going to give me a value of 6.7%. All right, so our next type of concentration is volume percent. This is the number of milliliters of solute dissolved in 100 mils of solution. Very similar equation to the last one, only this will be the volume of solute divided by the volume of solution times 100. All right, let's do a practice problem for one of these. So here we want to calculate the percent of ethanol if ethanol is dissolved in 100 mils of solution. So I have percent, and again, this is volume, and this is equal to the volume of the solute, and in this case, it's the ethanol, over the volume of the solution. And again, times 100. So I'm going to take my 0.50 mils, divide it by 100 mils, times 100, and I get 0.50% ethanol in that solution. All right, so you may be saying, where am I ever going to see these concentration units ever in real life? Well, you may see some medications, including things like mouthwash, throat sprays, they tend to be recorded in terms of their concentration in terms of weight by volume percent. And then if you have ever been out, especially to a brewery, a lot of alcohol is recorded as alcohol by volume, and that is literally a volume percentage. So just to kind of give you an idea, some of these alcohols in here, wine, could be about between 12 and 15% ABV, whereas a light beer would be about 4.2%. And again, that's volume percent. So you do see these things in actual real life. All right, so our very last concentration is parts per million, or ppm. There is another one, it's called parts per billion, ppb. We are not going to be talking about that one, but it is related, very closely related to ppm. You may see this when, especially drinking water, has been analyzed, and they'll record how much particular contaminant is in the water. And our example on the next slide is going to cover what that might look like. So there are two different calculations for parts per million. And first of all, This is going to be for solutions that contain a very small concentration of solute. So we can look at this in terms of weight per weight, or we can look at this in terms of volume per volume. If it's weight per weight, we need the mass of both the solute and the solvent, and the expression would be the mass of the solute divided by the mass of the solvent times 10 to the 6. So remember, this is per million, and so million is 10 to the 6, and that's why we're multiplying it by 10 to the 6. If we were looking volume, here we would need the volumes of both the solute and the solvent. Same exact equation, only this time we're using volume of solute over volume of solvent times 10 to the 6. Now, something to note is that water has a density of 1 gram per mil, and so we are going to be seeing that we can use grams of water interchangeably with the volume of water. Okay, so. All right, so let's do our example. In this problem, we are given that the EPA limit for arsenic in water is 0.01 ppm. Bangladesh has high rates of arsenic contamination in their water. Some samples had a concentration of 0.271 milligrams per liter. We want to know, is this concentration higher than the EPA limit? So what this means is that we are going to need to take this value and convert this into ppm so that we can compare it to our original number. And this is actually based on data. So Ms. Jewell actually collected the data that was available online for some of the contaminated sites in Bangladesh, and it's a significant problem there. Okay, so knowing ultimately that if I'm looking for ppm, I am going to be looking for, since this has given me mass, I am going to be looking for the mass of my solute over the mass of my solvent. Okay. So first thing I notice is that I have my mass of my solute in terms of milligrams, and I need to convert this to grams. So I know that there are 1,000 milligrams, let's try that again, in 1 gram. And so that's going to give me 0.000271 grams. I'm going to need to do the exact same thing for my solvent. So I know that this is for every 1 liter. Again, I really want to eventually get this in terms of grams. So knowing that the density of water is 1 gram per mil, I need to find the mils of this amount. So I know that for every 1 liter, there are 1,000 milliliters. So that gives me 1,000 milliliters. And as we talked about, because density is 1, I can go back and forth between grams and milliliters as long as I'm dealing with water. So this is the same thing as saying that I have 1,000 grams. So now to find my ppm, and let's put this in a different color. My ppm is going to be the mass of my solute over the mass of my solvent, and I'm going to multiply this by 10 to the 6, and this is going to give me 0.271 ppm. And so comparing this to the EPA standard, yes, this is significantly higher than the EPA standard, and this is a huge problem. Arsenic is toxic, it is poisonous, and so it's not something that we want people drinking.